Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Sonia. Hey, 1SP. Good evening, everyone. Wait for a few more people. Wait for a few more people. Put a one in if you can hear me talking. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me talking. Okay. Hey, you guys. This is going to be a short little chat. I wanted to talk about the Kamiyah Mobley story. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was a movie that came on Lifetime, I think it was last week. Stolen from my mom, stolen from my mother. It's a true story. Hey, DOD, what's going on? So I want to talk about that story and give your input. So let me tell you what happened. I'll drop the link if you guys want to come on and talk about it. I'm not going to stay on long. Are you still here, Paula? Oh, there she is. So what happened is this woman kidnapped this baby from the hospital. She raised her as her own, okay? Then when the girl tried to get a job, you know how it goes. She was trying to get a job and all this kind of stuff. And anyway, long story short, she found out. The mother went on and told her what she did. She made a mistake and this and that and the other. But now the girl, so she got sentenced. She's doing 20, she got 22 years. But here's what I want to talk about. This young girl, she's about 20, 21 now. She still loves the kidnapped mother. The mother that kidnapped her, she still loves her. And her biological mother feels like she's been basically victimized twice. Okay, because the daughter Alexis, that's what she was raised under, is still dealing with Gloria Williams, the mother. I'm gonna drop the link. This story is so touching to me. All day long, I've been looking at the court room stuff. I mean, I like it. It's been a weekend obsession of mine this weekend because it's crazy because the kidnapped mother raised her good. She was a good mother. She gave her a good life. Okay. That's the only mother that she knows. She doesn't know any other mother. But my heart goes out to the biological mother because she is, hold on. I want you guys' opinion on this. Do you think that she should stop talking to the woman that kidnapped her? It was hard for her to build this relationship with her real mother, biological mother. She wanted her to just instantly have this bond with her, and it doesn't work like that. You say nope. I really want to know why you say nope. I want to know why you. I dropped the link. I'm not going to be on long. I know you sleepy, but I really want to talk about this topic. I really want to talk about this topic. Hey, want to speak? Happy
Good
Sunday. How
evening.
you doing?
Good evening. How's
Hey,
everyone
baby.
doing? Hey there, Sonia.
How you
Hey there,
doing, baby?
DLD. Look at
How you
DLD.
doing, sweetie?
Hey, run that speed,
Yay, baby.
Tracy.
Hey, I'm
All
glad to see
right.
you,
So you
DLD.
guys
I'm glad. Hey, everything
have you
that
guys heard
DLD
about?
has talked about has came to fruition. everything. He prophesied
Why you say?
exactly what has happened in the last few weeks. He has prophesied this. He prophesied the whole
What?
thing. So I'm glad DLD is here right now. I'm glad
Well,
he's
okay. What? Tell me why you say he probably. Did he say that somebody was going to talk about it?
no. He was. I'm talking about everything that happened this week. You know,
Oh, okay.
with the riots and all of that. He had prophesied that this was gonna happen. Yeah.
So I
Back
tonight's
back
topic.
to
I
the
want to know you
lady.
guys.
Back to
Hey,
the young
Blair
lady.
sis, my boo in the house.
Oh yeah,
So
Blair
I
here.
want to know what your okay. I want to know what your opinion is on this story because the girl, she still deals with the mother. She still
Okay.
deals with her kidnapped
Her
mother.
kidnapper, her
She
abductor.
loves her.
Hmm.
That's with her abductor. That's the only mother that she knows. Now, the biological mother is upset because she feels like she shouldn't talk to her. She wants their family to not contact her, but
Okay.
that's the only family that she knows.
All right.
That's the only family that she
Okay.
knows.
This
So
is
let
this
me
is
get you guys' opinion on this.
this is what I'm gonna say as a parent of two children myself. Um,
Welcome,
I
P.
can honestly say that this woman is not a girl; she's grown. So whether her biological, and I commend her biological mama for never giving up on her, for knowing that her baby was stolen, and she still went after her, did all she could to find her, and it paid off. It paid dividends. Great thing that her daughter was alive, her daughter was healthy, and everything. But her daughter is a grown woman. Her daughter has the right to choose if she want to associate with her kidnapper or not. And the woman kidnapped her because she wanted to bring a baby home to her fiance, correct? They keep her fiance, right?
Right,
That's what this started off as, right?
Yeah, she was
right.
having problems with him, and she thought that the baby was gonna bring, happiness into that relationship.
So it's not only affecting just that abductor, but it's affecting the abductor's ex boyfriend or fake baby daddy, whatever you want to call him. It's affecting his family too. His family had welcomed this child in like it was his own. He probably raised her as a daughter too. So it's not just affecting her biological family, but it's affecting that man family and that woman family. It's affecting all of them, and I'm pretty sure by her being a grown woman, she can talk to whoever she want to. Her biological mom can't be like, "Oh no, you can't talk to her. She's a grown woman. You can't tell her who not to talk to."
Okay, 1SP. Let me hear from DOD.
Yeah, I totally agree with one SP. The young lady is grown now. The Her abductor, she only knows her as her mother. What I would do, the biological mother should do, and of course I can't speak for, but what the biological mother should do is try to get a relationship going with the daughter instead of criticizing the daughter, telling the daughter what she shouldn't be doing with the woman that she knows as her mother. She should be trying to build a relationship with her daughter.
What do you
I mean,
think, Paula?
does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
I totally agree with 1SP, and I agree with DOD as well. I want to say that the story, first of all, is very heartbreaking. I mean, I can't even imagine as a mother giving birth to your child and having your child be abducted from the hospital and just not knowing for, I think, over 18 years where your baby girl went, if she was alive, and then to finally meet her and have her not really accept you like that and still be in love, or still be willing to be a part of the person's life that took you away from the woman that gave you life. is heartbreaking, but you have to understand that that woman raised her, brought her up from birth, from the day she stole her out the hospital. So it's kind of hard to just walk away from that person that, nourished you and raised you and loved you for so long. I mean, her mother, in essence, is a complete stranger to her. So she doesn't know her, even though that's her blood and even though that's her biological mother. So that relationship is something that they would have to gain. But I agree with DOD that her mother, her birth mother, should be more patient. She shouldn't be so judgmental about the fact that she still loves the woman who abducted her, who she knew as her mother all her life. She should accept that if she wants to have a relationship with her daughter. I mean, that's the only way that she's going to be able to get past that situation.
What do you think, Sonia?
I agree with all three of them because it's sad that it happened that way. But the biological mother, like Paula said, that she should understand that she has an attachment to the mother she just known, she ever known. So she have to be patient with her daughter if she want a relationship with her.
My thing is that oh God, I'm always the opposite. I get what you're saying. That is the only mother she knows. Okay, she raised her, but it's like it seems like nobody is looking at the mother though, the biological mother. It's like everybody is looking at Gloria as the victim. They're asking for leniency at the trial. They sympathizing more with her. I just don't get it.
Excuse me, Tracy. Tracy,
I don't
excuse me.
sympathize
Yeah.
with her.
Can everybody mute if they're not talking? Mute because there's some kind of feedback. It's killing me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And I don't get it. So what happened is the biological mother got upset because she didn't get the bond with her daughter. And the thing is, she has to realize the reason why she bonded with her real dad so quickly is because she really never really had a father figure in her life. So it's easier for her to bond with him first. But with the mother, she already had a mother that raised her. So that's going to take time. But it just seems like when I was watching the court, when everything was going on in the court, there wasn't very much sympathy for the biological mother. Does anybody have anything else to say?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange too. That she, oh, I might be the one that's echoing. I thought it was kind of strange that they treated the biological mother kind of bogus. I mean, the daughter didn't even want to sit in the courtroom with her biological mother or get to know her, which I felt was a little strange, but I still get it because, she doesn't know her. That's a stranger. But I think that they did give Gloria a little bit too much leniency. I feel like she should have gotten life in prison for what she did, to be honest with you, because you took a whole woman's child from her, and 20 years is not enough. I think she should sit in there longer than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel sorry for her at all because nothing you can do or say can justify what she did. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as me feeling any leniency for that woman, I don't feel none at all. And I don't understand why there was so much sympathy because she was wrong. She was wrong. Like I don't know how that woman sat in that court without getting ready to jump up over that damn stand to knock that woman out, because seriously, if that had been me, I would have probably whooped her ass on that damn stand for taking my baby.
What do you guys think about the money? And when she turned 18, she was supposed to get 300 and something $1,000. Who should that money go to? I'm gonna ask each one of you guys. I'm gonna start with 1SP. Who do you think that money should go to? The daughter or the biological mother? When she turned 18, go ahead.
When she turned 18, she's supposed to get how much?
It was 300 and something thousand that was set in. It was on the news that when she
Okay.
turned 18, Now there's going to be some financial litigations because they need to figure out who should get that money. Who do you think should get it?
Well, she grown. She should get her own money. I mean, it's still like I said. You say I know you feel that. I don't um um feel bad for the biological mother. Before I even started, I said, I understand that the mother, still went after her, still looked for, so I can't relate to losing a child, but I can relate to being a parent myself and knowing, having my kids around other people that I don't know or I don't trust. It feels weird. It feels weird, but their mom is with other people, so I have to still trust. And with this said, I think that money should go to her. That money should go to her. Like, she's a grown woman. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be no problem giving her the money. Why should it go to her mom? Her mom, she's not mentally incapacitated. She's not. She's not. She's not any kind of handicap or disabled where she cannot manage the money in some kind of way. So I feel that she honestly should get her money. Her biological mom
What do you
shouldn't get it. I
Okay?
mean,
What do you think, DOD?
Well, I'm not familiar with the circumstances on the money. Where is the money? What is the money? What is she getting the money for?
Okay, so what happened was the hospital. She had a lawsuit. The hospital awarded her some money. Um, it was a she got 800 and something thousand, and then she got that lump sum, so she got 400 and something, and then there was 300 and something thousand put up for when the girl turns 18 if she comes back alive. But now there is some litigations because the mother feels that it's so they trying to figure out who should get the money. Should they split it, or should it go to the daughter, or should it go to the mother for her pain and suffering?
Okay, I see. I see what you're saying. So she already received half of the money. There's another 300 and whatever, some odd thousand left, and so they're in litigation on whether or not who should get it. Who should get that? It
It was for when the girl turns 18. Yeah.
right. If it was set up for when the girl turns 18, then she should get it. In my opinion, if it's set up for her to receive that money once she turned the age of 18, then she should receive it. Now,
And you don't think
if it was set up for the mother to receive, and then the mother to decide whether or not to give it to her, then that's the mother's decision.
what do you think, Paula?
Since the mother already received all that money that you previously mentioned, hold on, my son is talking in the background. I don't want him there. But if the mother already received a bunch of money, I feel like the remainder of the money should go to her daughter. You know what I'm saying? But if they had done it before any of the funds were like split up, like let's say that she got a whole, $1 million off of this case. I feel like it should have been evenly split between the mom and the daughter because they both suffered, you know what I'm saying? The mother lost her child and the hospital failed her, you know what I'm saying, as far as allowing a complete stranger to come in and take her baby. So, they both rightfully deserve the money, in my opinion. But if she's already received money, then I think the remainder of the money should go to the daughter. That's my opinion.
I I think they should split it because the mother has served, she was suffering too. And to this day, the daughter is still dealing with the adopted mother. And I understand that. She raised her, she made her who she is. Um, but this story is so compelling and it's so sad. Um,
Did you watch her on
I feel like,
Inyala Fix My Life? Did you watch her on Inyala Fix My Life? I think that's what the show is called, Tracy.
no,
I
I
got to
didn't.
I
watch
seen
her
it. I
yeah.
did.
You should watch
Well,
it.
I
She
seen
was
it.
so rude
Tracy,
and nasty.
we didn't hear Sonia's opinion.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sonia. She don't
Sorry,
never be
Sonia.
talking anyway.
I love you
Go
too,
ahead, Sonia.
Tracy.
Sorry,
I
Sonia. I
think
didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to ask did anybody see her on that show because
I
she was
did.
she was very angry and just
Yeah,
rude to
she was.
Anyama and just after the
Yeah,
way
she
she
was.
treated her and the way she treated her mom and the way her mom was I watched another interview about how her mom was so upset by her not accepting her. I kind of feel like really to be honest with you the way she was acting she don't deserve nothing.
I
But
Right.
agree. I agree with you, Paula, because I seen it, and it was like she was so rude and so disrespectful. Really disrespectful.
and I think at a
But
point she told Anyala she was gonna beat her up or something during the
yeah, she
filming.
did. Yeah, she did say that.
Yeah.
Yes. But I agree. I mean, if the money was set up for her to get when she was 18, I think the daughter should get it.
Yeah. I know that there's a lot of pain and everything, and I mean, the daughter should get it. I guess I'm just mad because of the way that she just. It seems like she don't even want a relationship with with her bio mother. It's like, and I know she loves these people. She loves Gloria, and that's all she knows. But she's not even giving it a chance.
Right.
Yeah, she's being stubborn, and that's what I saw in that interview. It's like she's not giving her mom a chance, and that's what's upsetting me because it's like, yes, I know that she's probably not going to ever replace Gloria and all she's done all those years, but that's still your mother, your biological mother. That woman gave birth to you at the end of the day, and I feel like she's not sympathizing enough with her birth mother to know what she had to have gone through. And I don't think that she's truly ever going to understand that until she has her own children one day. She's not going to
Exactly.
understand the pain that her mother had to suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
See, that's
'Cause
what
that
That's what I'm saying. And until they have their own child, until you have your own child, you ain't gonna never know. You're never
that
gonna know. It was a lot
is
of
that
sympathy towards Gloria in that courtroom. It was none hearty towards the bio mother at all, and she is painfully hurt. What was you gonna say, one SP? You unmuted your mic. What were you gonna say?
I did that by mistake, but yeah, I was just really agreeing to everything that you all was saying. It's completely correct. She was rude on that TV show, but if her mother, her biological mother didn't have a makeup in her mind to chastise her, I mean, she, you set the tone for how someone treats you in your life. If she would have nipped in the bud from the beginning, hey, I'm your mom, you don't talk to me this way, correct her right then and there, do whatever you gotta do to correct her. But she didn't do it. And now, the girl is grown now. The girl is grown and she's out of control. So I mean, but that $18, that money that she was supposed to have when she turned 18, if it's hers, it's hers. We looking at the biological mom like she's suffering, but what about this woman? That had to go through all of that. She psychologically, she has two mothers. She has one that she doesn't want to be with, and that she wants to be with, but she cannot be with, and she has one that she can be with, but doesn't want to be with. So psychologically, that right there is messing her up. So you have to think about her suffering too. In all of this, I know it's not the biological mother's fault. And everything, but things happen, and she is suffering. And rightful parent, if you know your child is supposed to have that money when they turn 18, but then when they turn 18, they get that money. Point blank, period. There should be no question about it. I shouldn't have to go to court. I shouldn't have to go to court with you about something that I know that is yours. If this is for my child, this is for my child. But yeah, okay. I'm feeling mute myself. I hear echo, so that's
Oh
probably
no,
me.
I'm listening. Oh no, I'm listening. And it is hard because now she has to. It's like, and she's trying to still be with both of them. I mean, she can't just drop the abductor. Gloria, that's the one who did it. She can't just stop abruptly and stop talking to her. That's the only mother that she know, and she gave her a decent life. Oh my God! Hello. Okay, text me. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What was I saying? I don't even know what the hell I was saying.
She
Oh,
gave
can you guys hear me?
her a decent life.
Yeah,
Gloria
we can
gave
hear you.
her a decent life. And DLD didn't
Okay, go ahead. So, what do you have to say about it, Ruby?
Well, what I have to say about the situation is I understand everyone's point of view. But my main thing is it's not even about the money. It's about this young woman getting to know her real mother. You cannot make up for past time, but I feel like it's a new start for them. And the relationship between mother and daughter after their situation is more valuable than money. Money cannot buy time. Money cannot buy love. You see what I'm saying? So, in my perspective of it, my opinion, I feel like it shouldn't even be about the money. Everybody's talking about the money, but let's talk about the relationship. Let's talk about the love. Let's talk about them getting to bond and know each other. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and that's true. But the daughter is not. She's trying, but the bio mother, does not want her to talk to the other lady. That's really bothering her. That's bothering her that she's talking to Gloria. What was you about to say, Paula?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that like I wasn't so much focused on the money. I get what you're saying, Ruby, but I honestly I didn't know that any money was left behind. That's news to me because I had watched this movie a while ago and I didn't know anything about money being left
Oh
or a
no, I was
settlement
doing some
or nothing
research
like
today.
that.
This wasn't in that part wasn't in the movie. That part I found searching Google, and I seen a news report on it. It was a whole bunch of stuff. It's on YouTube too. It's a whole bunch of stuff on here. That was the last thing. I will look for it and put it in chat and tell you what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
But yeah, Ruby, I do agree with you what you're saying. Like it should be like they should be trying to build the relationship that they lost over all those years. I mean, you're never going to be able to get back, the first steps, the first birthday, all of those things that she lost during childhood, but going forward in life, you could start new memories. But it seems like, like Tracy said, it's a issue going on that, her birth mother does not want to have pretty much anything to do with her if she's still dealing with Gloria. And in my opinion, she shouldn't have those expectations from her daughter. She shouldn't.
And you know what? Being a mother, let's. I believe in putting myself in other people's shoes. First of all, I'm a mother of two grown children, and I'm still raising four of my own. So therefore, I have to put myself in that woman's shoes, the birth mother's shoes. If this child was taken from you and you miss majority of this child life every living, loving moment, and this other person was responsible for it, I cannot blame her for being human, and feeling the way that she feels. I cannot blame her. And now that she has gotten in contact with her birth daughter, her biological child that has been taken from her, that has been basically stolen from her. I do not blame her for having some type of feeling, some type of way against the other woman. I'm putting myself in this woman's shoes. I love my kids with all my heart. I would die, I would kill for my children. But if I was in her situation, I would understand exactly how this woman felt. You have had all these years to yourself with my child. Now it's my turn. Can I at least get that? I feel where this woman coming from.
Me too.
I
Me
agree.
too.
Yep, I think we understand where she's coming from, but unfortunately, it's not it's not where they are.
No,
They're bumping heads.
it's
You
not.
know what I'm saying?
It's not. She said that's her mama forever. That's her mama for life. That's her mama. She even got when the mother calls her from jail, it says mommy on it. That pissed the bio mother off too. She said for on the last thing I seen on YouTube, she said she didn't get a Mother's Day card, Mother's Day nothing. For 2 years when the girl turned 20, she said she wasn't going to even celebrate her 20th birthday.
But what can you expect though? That's that okay. The non-biological mother is the only mother that this girl knew for all these years. This is the only mother that she knew. This is the only mother that she was able to love. And now you have this new woman coming in that is the biological mother that's saying, hey, I've been missing you. You was taken from me. I love you. I can't make up from lost time, but I'm trying to do something now. That biological mother is suffering, y'all. She's
Oh yeah.
suffering. And people don't understand that. That woman was suffering from the day this girl was taken from her until the day she found her again. And now she's still suffering because she's not being accepted the way she needs to be accepted. That's not fair.
It,
This
but you have
and the
the reason why
biological
she's
woman
not.
is still suffering, y'all. She's still suffering.
But she shouldn't give up on her daughter, though. She shouldn't, I personally wouldn't give up on her. I would pray about it, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't just say, I'm not going to celebrate her birthday anymore. But I understand, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when your daughter, your birth daughter, doesn't want to accept you. And being Marilyn Gill, I agree with you. I feel like and Yalen Van Sant baited her and got the response she was looking for. You said the ratings were through the roof. I agree with you on that. And I feel like it probably wasn't a good idea for her to go on that show. I feel like she was exploited. This young lady has gone through a lot of pain. It's a lot of anger in
Hmm.
her. And the way she acted on that show, it showed a lot of anger, hurt, and pain. And I feel like she was totally exploited. You know what I'm saying? Not to
And
excuse her behavior, but she was exploited on that show.
mhm. And what about the
But you,
father that thought that was his child? He was paying child support all those years and found out he ain't even. He hurt too because now the daughter he thought he had, he don't even have no daughter.
well, you know
Nobody
what?
talked about him either.
Well, let's just be real about this. Let's just imagine, because we have a lot of situations like this that is not brought to the forefront, where you have men thinking that children or a child is theirs. Okay, now it's the same system that apply with this situation. But regardless of how the test results came out, a child is a child. You're supposed to love a child regardless, whether they're yours or not. I understand what it means to a man to have a biological child from his nutsack. Let's just be real. But at the same time, you accept this child as yours until you found out different. And to me, that love don't supposed to change
It
because
didn't
you
change.
love that child.
His love didn't change. I'm talking about his feelings. He said he found out that the wife, that his ex stole the baby. He thinking that's his daughter, and nobody even talked about his feelings either. Nobody
And
talked
I
about
feel,
his feelings. Hmm.
I, I,
I'm
I
Who you
sorry.
gonna?
mentioned his feelings when I mentioned his feelings.
Okay, good.
Sorry
I
for
didn't
Well,
catch it.
interjecting, but I did
I think Tracy
mention
meant
his
as far as
feelings.
the story goes, his feelings aren't
Yeah,
being
Oh,
being considered.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
just feel like this.
But yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Can't
his
nobody make
family.
up for lost time. Can nobody make up for lost time? And that's one of our problems. We love to live in the past. Can't nobody get them years back, them 2021 years back. Okay? I don't care what happened in between that. I don't care what happened in between that situation. Can't nobody turn back the hands of time. Can't nobody get back the lost years.
We
But
know
what
that.
about starting over?
That's what we're talking about because the daughter and the mother right now, they're not doing well. From the videos that I seen, they weren't doing very well. They weren't doing very well. And the bio mother is very upset that she still loves that woman. She's still in contact with that other family. She wants the judge. She's mad at the judge. She complained about the judge because the judge wouldn't tell her not to contact her daughter, and which is of age now.
Well,
The mother is very bitter and angry.
let me give you a scenario then, so everybody can feel where the biological mother's coming from. Just hear me out now. Imagine, okay, just imagine that you had a child and you lost that child at maybe 1, 2 years old. Okay. And when you lost this child, it wasn't your fault. Okay. It was not your fault. Let's just hypothetically speak that the man that you had the child by got with another woman. They got together. They got the child from you. They lied about a lot of things and end up getting a child. So now imagine you in a situation where you're longing for that child, but no matter how much your fight is, you can't win. And the only time you ever get a chance to lay eyes and love on that child is when they become grown after all these years have passed by. Now, would you, knowing the situation, and knowing that this man's woman, the child's daddy's new woman, after all these years, had a lot to do with your child being taken away from you, even though you did nothing wrong. And now that child has grown to love and be attached to that new woman. How would you feel? Let's just understand how the biological mother feel, y'all.
You
See,
want to answer
Ruby,
that, Paula?
I agree with you, Ruby, on that. I know the biological mother is feeling terrible about the situation, but the way she's going at this is what's keeping the division between them going. If she was just to say, oh, if she would to get with her daughter and say, hey, I understand that she raised you, um, and I know because she abducted you from me, that I wasn't around, but I want to now be in your life. I don't mind you. I don't mind if you speak to this other woman because you only known her as your mother. But I want to get a chance to get to know you and for you to get to know me because I am your biological mother. I think if she went about it that way, maybe she'll get a better relationship, with her daughter. I don't
I
know.
agree
What do you
with you,
guys think?
Marilyn.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
I agree with her too. I
being
agree with her
Marilyn
too.
Gale says in the audience here, she says Gloria should take a step back and encourage Kamiyah to build a relationship with her bio mom. But no, Gloria is
Exactly.
selfish. And that was apparent from the beginning. I agree. Gloria is
Exactly.
selfish. And she should
Exactly.
step back
Exactly.
and allow the biological mother to have a relationship with her daughter. She
And
should
that's
step
where
Exactly.
I'm
back.
at.
She should step back, but she's not
Exactly.
going to. She's not going to.
That's where I'm at with this. This woman has not only taken this woman's child that she carried for 9 months in her womb, loved in her womb, and she birthed her, but then you raise this child under pretense and falsifying who you were to the child. Step back and let this woman finally get a chance to be a mother to her child. Step back.
I agree. She should step back.
Because she already made a selfish move when she stole that woman's child from her. She was not thinking about how that other woman was going to feel. She was only thinking about herself and her own needs at that time. And even after going to prison and being locked up, she is still being selfish and thinking about her own feelings. She still can't sympathize with this woman. And that's clear as day. It just shows. Yep. It's a terrible situation. It's just I had did a lot of research on that and that story, and I watched so many YouTube videos on it, and it's so
Me too.
heartbreaking. It's tragic, Blair. It is. It's a tragic situation for all involved. The girl only knew the love of Gloria. She bonded for 18 years. Gloria lived the lie so long. She believes Kamiyah is her biological child. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's just she has a psychological issue she had to have when she went and took that woman's child. She had something wrong with her. She knew that that was wrong. But, out of desperation of wanting a child so bad, she went out there to do that, but she doesn't know how many lives she actually destroyed in the process of this situation. You know,
And the one that she loved, the one that she stole, she ruined her life. She ruined her life because now the child is completely confused.
And I feel like there's a lot of manipulation too going on, and with Gloria, and it's just so sad because my heart goes out to that bio mother. I mean, I just
Yeah, but again, I mean,
I don't know.
they're at a situation where the only way the biological mother is going to get to know the daughter, she's going to have to concede that her daughter is still wanting to communicate with Glory, with the abductor, and she's going to deal with that to be able to move on, to be able to have a relationship with her daughter.
But that's easier said than done.
Of
That's easy.
course it
Let
is.
me, it's easier said than done because I'm a mother of 6 children. I have two grown ones, and it's four that I'm still raising. And I cannot imagine my children being stolen from birth. I can't even I can't even imagine my children right now being taken from me. And another woman or somebody else is raising my children. You know what? It's in a woman's instinct to be a mother. That's in our instinct. That's in our DNA. People don't understand that really just takes your soul out of you. People not understanding what this woman going through.
Well, Ruby, no, I understand what you're saying. I'm a father. I'm a father of four. I got three girls, one boy. But I'm saying, cause I know women, and you guys are looking at this emotionally. But logically, the only way she's gonna get her daughter back in her life, she's gonna have to concede that she still feel that Gloria is her mother, and that's not going to change. And so she's going to have to accept that and try to, live with the fact, live with that fact to try to build a
I
relationship
agree.
with her daughter. I mean,
I
that's the only
agree.
way.
yep, DOD, I actually agree with that too. You're gonna have to do what you have to do to make sacrifices if you really want to be in your daughter's life. And I know it's not going to be easy, just like Ruby said, it's not. We all acknowledge that that's not easy. That's not ever easy because you're always going to harbor that anger for the person that stole your child. But you have to put that anger to the side because what is more important or who is more important is the relationship with your biological daughter. So you have to put that anger aside and there has to be forgiveness. That's where forgiveness has to come in. She has to forgive that woman, in order to get some healing and some peace to even
Now,
get to that
Absolutely.
point.
I agree with all that, but not. Let's be logical. We talk about being logical. Let's be logical. Let's be straight up and be real. Not everybody knows how to forgive. Not everybody has the strength. You may have the strength. You may have the mind. You may have the heart. But that don't mean that biological mother has what you got. Maybe she need a boost. Maybe she need help. Maybe she need more encouragement. Maybe she need to come out of there. Because you gotta remember this woman got almost 20 years of harvesting pain and her and anger within her. That's not something you could just take out over one day unless God Himself took it out. Unless the
Exactly.
Father Himself took it out. So it's
I
easy. The reason
agree.
why I say it's easier said than done is because not everybody is able to deal with it the way you would deal with it or I would deal with it. Some people have a true problem with dealing with stuff like that. So this woman needs help to be able to get past that so she
Okay, but
can agree with that.
Ruby, we mentioned that in the beginning when, like, before you even got here. But one of the things that she needs to work on, besides forgiving the other woman, is forgiving herself. I believe that she really hasn't forgiven herself for letting her child get abducted. That's one of the things that's killing her inside. And that's one of the things that's really bothering her about the other woman, that she haven't forgiven herself yet. It's like you said, there's something inside of her that's hurting her more than just her talking to this other woman. It's
Mhm.
something deeper than her just this other woman. Because if you really, really want a relationship with your child, if you really strongly want this relationship with your child, then you would do whatever it takes to get this relationship with your child. And your child would look back on the day that you suck in your pride, you swallowed your pride, and you had to take in every bit of your pride to let this girl talk to this woman and want to build a relationship with her. And that girl look back on that day that her mama did that, and she would always be like, man, my biological mom accepted a stranger into my life because she loved me, because she
Absolutely.
wanted a relationship with me, because she cared about me. So
Absolutely.
if she has to go to the Lord for the prayer, if she have to do supplication, if she have to fast, if she really want this relationship to work, then she'll let her daughter talk to that woman. She'll let her daughter
Absolutely.
And
see
you what?
the creep
And you,
that woman is. Because like everybody said, she won't know what's going on until she have children.
Yep. That's what I said.
She
You'll
won't
never
know
know.
what it feels
yeah,
like to lose a child until she gives birth. So
yeah.
let
Absolutely.
her mom should let her talk to the other woman. Let her as much as time as she want with the other woman. As
And
long
see,
as
the
she know
guiltiness
that
comes,
that girl, as long as that girl know that she is her mom, that's all that matters. Give
and
her
the
the
And
money,
that
guiltiness comes
let her
in.
talk to the woman, and all of that. I guarantee you, grandma, grandma is gonna be her biological mom.
Yep.
well,
I
I
And the
just gotta
guarantee
say
guiltiness
you.
this.
comes in.
Her mom gonna
Wait a
be
minute.
right
The
there.
guilty.
If her baby daddy not there, her husband not there, her mom gonna be right there to cut that umbilical cord.
Well,
And
I
what I
just
want to
gotta
say is
say
real
this,
quick. Wait, hold on.
and
The
I'm done with it.
guiltiness. Hold on. Wait a minute, Ruby. The guiltiness comes in when she was in the hospital and she handed her to her. That's where her guilty. That's where it lies at. When she handed the baby to her, that's her guilt. That's where she feels that she made a mistake, and she's beating herself up for that. I just wanted to say that. Paula wanted to say something real quick.
Oh, I wanted to
Would you
read.
want
I'm sorry. I wanted to read B and Marilyn Gale's comment. Because I believe that it's so true. It's hard for a lot of people to forgive. However, like she was saying, she knows that she has to forgive people, but she has to tell herself daily that she has forgiven that person until it manifests. And I believe that. And as long as you continue to um for as long as you continue to parade on and you can't forgive somebody that has wronged you, do you know how painful that is? Do you know how much of a bitter person you will be as long as you
mm-hmm,
can't forgive somebody for doing you wrong? And then, more importantly, not forgiving yourself for making a mistake, or, not
mm-hmm,
forgiving yourself, that you harbor so much hurt, anger, resentment.
mm-hmm,
You end up being
mm-hmm,
bitter. It weighs on you mentally, it
mm-hmm,
weighs on you physically. And so you
mm-hmm.
have to take that step. It's hard, but you know, I
Yeah,
agree with
she's
one
she's gonna
SP.
have to accept the fact that that girl's gonna continue to talk to the mother. The mother should step back. Gloria should step back, but she's selfish. She's not going to. So the bio mother's gonna have to accept the fact that you know Gloria's gonna be uh dealing still in the girl's life. So if she wants her relationship, she wants to bond with her daughter, and if she wants to go forward and have a bond with her daughter in a relationship, you're right, DOD. She's going to have to accept that. She is. She really
I
is.
just, I just see, I just see all four corners. I'm not looking at it one way, two ways. I'm looking at it all four ways. Okay, that's how I've
Uh-huh.
always perceived stuff. That's how I always look at stuff spiritually. I look at I look at stuff in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm. Okay, and in the spiritual realm, this woman is a broken spirit, the biological mother. Okay, and it always goes back to this. Everything we're saying is true. Everything we saying are right. It's right.
Hmm.
But when you in those shoes, that person, that biological mother may not understand to extent we understand. But she may not feel the way we feel in a logical sense because she's acting off of emotion. She's acting off of flesh. Okay. So let's start with number one. Number one, why don't everybody get together and pray for this woman? Lay hands on this woman. Okay. Number one, because everything we don't see is something behind the scenes that's working. And that thing behind the scenes that's working is not going to go her way in the physical because the physical world is full of sin. It's flesh. And flesh will fail you, flesh will sin, flesh will do all kinds of foul things. But when you working in the spiritual realm, okay, this is what people need to understand. She may not be getting it. She may not be perceiving it the way we perceive it right now. And see, that's why I say I look at stuff differently, and I'm not making myself no different from nobody else because I agree with everything everybody's saying. Everything everybody's saying is true. But let's be realistic. It still boils down to this. This woman is the biological mother. We women can be territorial, especially when it comes to our children. Let's be real about this thing now.
Yeah, that's true.
The bio father, Blair saying, what about the bio father? The bio father has a relationship with the daughter. They're
Mm-hmm.
cool. They're cool. But like I said before, it was easy for her to jump in and get a relationship with the bio father because she really didn't have a father that really raised her, that was in her life. But she already had a mother. She'd already had somebody that was a mother. So that's why it was hard for her to look at this other woman as her mother because she already felt like she has a mother. The bio father has a relationship with her. They're cool. They're real close, actually. It's the mother. And then the bio mother is just she's just livid that the fact that the daughter is still talking to Gloria. And so she's putting this wall up. I'm thinking, feels like she's got a wall up. She's angry. She's upset. And I believe me, I get it. Somebody stole my baby from me. I want them to have the death penalty. Believe that. Um,
I know that's
And
right.
I know that's a little harsh, but yeah, I agree with you, Tracy. Like, I mean, who would not be upset? Who wouldn't be angry? Who wouldn't be pissed off? Who would I mean, who would want somebody else raising their child when that was probably her whole dream, that whole 9 months to raise her daughter
hmm
up and see her walk across the stage, graduate from high school, graduate from college, watch her get married, have her first child, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like what it's looking like is that she's not going to be a part of any of that now because of this
and,
situation,
and,
because she
and
still
It
me,
was
holds
Right.
on.
taken from her. It
and
was
as a
taken
mother,
from
I'll
her.
be mad too. I'm not gonna lie. As a mother, I would be pissed that she is still talking to her. I'll be like, "Don't you understand? She stole you from me. Don't you understand? You were kidnapped." I mean, I feel like she's not getting that because I would be so mad that she'll be still talking to that woman. I would. I know I would. But
Exactly.
I feel you,
but
Tracy. I would too.
but but if it took me to accept the fact that she's still going to deal with her for me to have a relationship with my daughter, then I would do it. I would make that sacrifice so I can have a relationship with my daughter. But
But
no,
how
I would
don't
not want
nobody know that this the thing about the situation? We don't know if this woman been taking therapy and counseling sessions since they happened. We don't know what this woman been dealing with on the back end to cope. We don't know.
she, she says
Maybe
she's been
she is truly
self-medicating.
struggling.
She has nightmares at night. She can't sleep. She can be driving and all of a sudden she start crying. I mean, she suffered 18 years.
That's what I'm
And then
saying.
now
Don't nobody
and
know
then
what
now
this woman going through.
the woman is still in the girl's life. You
And
know, she said
it's
in
like
one
being
video,
hurt all over again.
yeah, she said in one video, I
Hmm.
wish she never came back. She did another video, she said, I wish she never came back.
Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of harsh, but I kind of understand where
Hmm.
she's coming from because it kind of feels like your daughter has been robbed from you all over again. I mean, it's taking her back to
Exactly.
the moment where she was in the hospital. The woman came and grabbed her
Exactly.
baby, and she never saw her again. That's what she had to
Exactly.
relive when her daughter would not accept her.
Let me
That
tell
that's
y'all
Exactly.
post
something.
traumatic stress disorder. That's post traumatic stress disorder. When you experience something so traumatic and then
Exactly.
you get that slap in the face and you have to relive that situation again. So yeah, she does need a lot of counseling. She needs to, see a therapist. Medication, it has to come into play if it does, if it's needed, but she does need to talk to somebody, whether it be a therapist, a family member, a close friend, a confidant. She needs to talk about these issues that she's still dealing with.
Well, let me just say this, and I'm through with it. I
Yeah.
my son was killed. My son was killed in 2016, 3 days before Christmas. Okay, that was the child I had to bury. Okay, and we not talking about a living child. We talking about a child that's deceased, that got killed and murdered. And I told God, if you knew that this was gonna happen, I would rather not have known or gave birth to this child because of the pain. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I know this is a tough story, and it's been bothering me all weekend. I've been looking at all the I've been in the court, watching all the court, how she was in the courtroom, and I mean, it's just crazy.
Good
It's
night,
been on my
Marilyn.
good night, Mary. Yeah, and it's just been crazy, and I had got upset with um the girl at one point, like for a minute. I had got for a second, I got mad at her, like I was wondering, I was like, don't you understand you were stolen? And then I was just going through all these different emotions, you know. Then I was understanding Gloria. Then I was looking at the bio mom. It's just, it's crazy. The
Yeah.
bio father has a relationship with her, but then all the brothers, the grandparents, let's talk about them. The grandparents, the bio grandparents.
Yeah, because they had
One
to hide
grand
that story. I mean, they had to hide before she even turned herself in. They knew that that young lady was not her biological daughter, and they had to like hide that from everybody else. Can you imagine like covering up a fugitive? You know that that's your daughter, but you know that essentially she committed a crime and that she should be turning herself in. Um, so I can imagine what they went through once they found out.
Mhm.
I can imagine what all of those relatives had to go through. Like, oh, you mean to tell me that's not my real biological family member? But I have foster family members. I have adopted family members, and I really don't think that blood necessarily makes you family. So, I mean,
right.
if I found that out and I was in that situation, the love that I would have had for Kamiyah wouldn't have changed, knowing that she wasn't my blood, because that would still be my family. You know what I'm saying? But it would just make you think like, damn, that's so crazy. Like your heart would go out to her, you know?
I mean, this story is so deep because it has so many layers to it. And um, it's just I don't know.
And there's really like
I
no
think
wrong or right answer, but everybody had to
right.
suffer in this situation, I think. And I could empathize with everybody in this situation. I mean, we're quick to say what
Hmm.
we would do, but until we actually lose a child, um,
Hmm.
I don't think that we'll ever really be able to understand what the biological
Hmm.
mother went through. You know what I'm saying?
The only one I don't
Mhm.
empathize with is Gloria. I don't empathize with Gloria. She was wrong. Now I thank her for giving the girl good life because she could have been abducted and had a messed up life. I thank her for that. My hat goes off to her for that. But I don't feel nothing for her. I don't feel no sympathy for her. I don't feel her tears mean nothing to me.
Oh,
She
no.
stole somebody's child, so I don't feel nothing for her.
And I agree with you on that, Tracy. I don't feel any sympathy because
I do
she knew
not.
she was wrong. She was wrong for that, and she knew that. As
Mm,
far as I know, there wasn't any type of psychological issues going on, with her. I think she knew right from wrong, and there is no excuse for what she did, and she needs to pay for that on every level. And I think that now that she's sitting in that jail cell, she can sit and think about what she did.
But everybody's catering to her. Kamiyah, whatever her name is, Alexis, she's catering to her. Her kid, everybody, they call what she did a mistake. She made a mistake. Everybody got on stage and testified for her in her behalf. She made a mistake. She made a mistake. That ain't no goddamn mistake.
It
A
ain't no
mistake is
mistake.
running a red light. A mistake is running a red light. A mistake is
Right.
accidentally thinking you got a fart and you end up shitting on yourself. That's a mistake. Shit. She on stage at the courthouse talking about she made a mistake. Everybody saying she made it one mistake. So don't be so hard. Give her, leniency. She made a mistake. If you go back and look at it, all they were saying, she made a mistake. I made a mistake. That ain't no
running
damn
the red
mistake.
light. If the light is
I was
yellow, if the
that's
light
a
is
mistake.
yellow before you get to
Okay, that wasn't a
no,
good
that's
one. That wasn't a good one. A mistake is
no.
you know what I mean by mistake. That show wasn't no
Mhm.
mistake. A mistake is overcooking your goddamn steak.
Right. And the
Shit.
mistake is not running off with somebody's baby for 18 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
not a mistake.
Exactly. It's not.
Did you see that in the courtroom that everybody was saying she made a mistake?
Yeah. Yeah.
You seen that?
I
Yep.
did.
And that's how they justified it. She made a mistake.
Nah, that's just baloney. That's some baloney bullshit. I think just to get sympathy from the people in the court. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't buying none of that. I mean, she didn't gain none of my sympathy. I don't feel bad for her. However, I do feel bad for the other parties that are involved in this situation for sure. I do.
Mhm.
Even though I think the daughter is a brat, but you know, she has the right, to be a brat and she's in pain. She suffered behind this too. So I understand that.
Girl,
And she never really got any help to deal with those issues or to deal with the pain.
I've
So
been
Right.
obsessed with this all weekend. I've been on her Instagram page, her father's Instagram page, and you should see how she's dressing and acting. She got paid for this movie. There's a book being written, so she's got financial. So, but you should see how she acting in her on her Instagram. She dancing, doing that booty dance, and dressing all provocative and just acting a hot mess on her Instagram.
she's acting out because of this situation.
Mhm.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Girl, I was
she
all on
acting
her
out.
Instagram. I was all on her Instagram, her daddy's Instagram. Girl, I can't get this out my mind. So I'm glad you guys helped me tonight because I could not get this out my mind.
When I first discovered this story too, Tracy, I was on it. Like I was obsessed with it. Like I was trying to find every video, every article about this situation, and I was just so compelled by it too. So I totally get where you're coming from on it. It's mind blowing because you it's crazy. I still can't wrap my finger around it. How you could have your baby 1 second in the hospital and then somebody could take your baby and just like that, you never see that child again. And for her to have never given up hope, and she always thought that her child was alive and that one day she was going to come back to her. Like, man, I would have got scared. Like, man, maybe my baby is dead. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she kept hope alive.
Mhm.
Got disappointed, I guess, in the end.
I'm like Tracy. I would have called the police and everything. Uh, where my I want my child because I couldn't just imagine if somebody took my child. I couldn't fathom it. That would really devastate me. I would do everything in my power to get my child. But like Tracy said, and like everybody said, I would if it takes me to, you know, deal with that she wants to deal with the other person. Yeah, I that's the only way I would have to have that relationship with my child. I would do it.
Yeah. Where'd Tracy go? Did she drop off the chat?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see her. Do you see her?
No.
So yeah.
Wow.
And I think that the mom was really young. I think she was a teenage mom when
Yeah,
this
she was
happened.
16.
She was 16. I had my first child when I was young too. I was in my teenage years when I had my first child. And just, can you imagine being a child, having a child, and then somebody taking that child from you? Just the psychological place that she was in, her brain wasn't even mature enough to even comprehend or understand that what was going on.
Cause
You
I
got
was
shut
pregnant with
down.
I was
Sorry,
pregnant with my
everyone
first
got
child.
shut down. Tracy said she got
Oh,
shut down.
what?
The She said the live got shut down.
Wow.
So that's it, you guys. Are we ending the live, Tracy? Can you hear us? Let us know.
Because my first child, I would have had an older child. I would have been. I had a miscarriage. I was pregnant with my first child when I was like 21, and I had a miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter that I have now, she 12. So when I hear her, I was in my late 30s.
Oh wow.
So
Well, I'm gonna text Tracy and see what's going on because how is it that we're up here but I don't see Tracy?
I see. Oh, okay. Nope, I don't see her at all.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Hey, this girl look pregnant on Instagram. This girl look pregnant. For real, for real. You can see a baby bump. For real, for real. Oh man.
Type of one if you can hear me. I'm
I
back.
should have told. Oh yeah, and she also
Okay.
got YouTube. So
Hey, Tracy.
Girl,
Hey,
y'all,
I just text you
child,
and asked where you were because I'm like, is the live over? I don't see
girl.
her.
No, it's not over. Girl, honey, look. This stuff
yeah,
got I hit the wrong
this
button.
Kamiyah girl got a YouTube.
I was hitting my I was so upset. I had hit my keyboard and hit the wrong thing. I think I better sign out because I'm so upset over this. This has really got me. I'm really I mean, I'm not upset. I mean, I don't know what I am. It's just that I could not imagine somebody taking my child and then that other person is still in their life. It's like, ugh.
It's not
I just
fair.
I feel for that bio mom. I feel for her, but you know what? In order for me to have a relationship with my daughter, I would have to find some kind of way to deal with her still talking to her. I would have to do that. I would. Because the more the bio
Exactly.
mom fights her, the more she fights her to tell her not to talk to her, is the more she gonna talk to her.
That's
The more
right.
she's gonna rebel and talk to her.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Mhm.
So do we have any final thoughts?
She got,
Look, I'm gonna be like Maury. Do we have any final thoughts before we sign out?
yeah, this
Any
girl
final
got a
thoughts?
YouTube page.
Who?
Yeah,
Kamiyah has a YouTube
The
page.
this
oh,
Alexis or Kamiyah, whatever her real
oh,
name.
I'm on it. I'm getting ready to
She
go
got
look
two
her up.
names.
Okay, does
Yeah,
anybody have any
she
thoughts
got a
on this?
YouTube page.
Oh, I'm getting ready to look her up. Do you have any final thoughts, Paula?
I just want to say this was a good discussion. It's a very controversial discussion. I I think it was wonderful. I think that we all brought some good opinions to the table. Shout out to Ruby, Sonia, 1SP, and DOD that's not here anymore, and Tracy.
Yep.
This was a wonderful conversation.
It
Thank you,
was.
baby.
Very controversial. I think a lot of emotions was flailing in this conversation as it would be because
Hmm.
we're all mothers here and we all have
Yes.
we all love our children to death and you know
Hmm.
and we
Yes.
can put ourselves in that place even though we have never experienced losing our children. I know I
Right.
haven't, but Ruby's experienced a loss. So
Yes.
I think she feels the deepest about this situation, you know what I'm saying, being that she lost her child, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
I just want to say thanks for the wonderful conversation, you guys. That's all I have
Yes.
to say.
It was a good conversation since all of us are mothers, and it was a deep, deep discussion. And I agree with everybody.
Hmm. Everybody brought up good points. Everybody did. I don't think there was no right or wrong answer in anything that everybody discussed up here. I think everybody was right, you know?
Mhm.
Ruby, what do you think?
She still got her mic on mute.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, it looks like Tracy just dropped down again. So
Hey man.
I'm gonna go ahead and head off of here and head off this live and go to bed, you guys. So everybody
I
have a
am
good
too.
night.
You too. Everybody have a good night. Night, Ruby. Night, P.
Good night, Ruby. Good night, Tracy. 1SP, Blair, Judge, 197 Lawyer, everybody in the chat. Have a great night.
Night.